So, Hare Krishna, Prabhu is Mataji. Thank you very much for joining and keeping your appointment. Start today, 27th of April, 2026. And today is very, very auspicious day, Ekadashi, Mohini Ekadashi. So, let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki Mudyan Tamarandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम मुखम करोति वाचन भंगम यत्कृपातमोदकम् जगन्नाथ बलदेव माई की जय राधा माधव की जय नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय पंचतत्व की जय षड गोस्वामी की जय गुरु परंपरा की शिल प्रभुपाद श्री गुरुदेव So Hare Krishna Prasadaji. So today being very very auspicious Ekadashi, we'll be just glorifying the Mahatmya of this Ekadashi. And then we'll go to the theme of today. What is the importance of wearing tilaka and how to wear it? So it just has importance. Hare Krishna. See, in the nectar of devotion, Prabhupada mentions, it's the real reason for observing a fasting on Ekadashi. Right? Why do we fast on Ekadashi? Is to minimize what? The demands of the body. The demands of the body was eating, right? Everything pertaining to the body, right? In fact, we are body conscious. So the Ekadashi is basically meant for fasting on Ekadashi is meant for to minimize the demands of the body and to engage our time in the service of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If you're chanting one round, increase your rounds. If you're chanting 16, increase, right? More and more chanting and performing various services during this so that you not think much of your body. And the best thing to do on fasting days is to remember the pastimes of Krishna and to hear his holy names constantly. So hearing Krishna Katha or reading from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, discussing among yourselves, right? So this is very important. Because Prabhupada has given everything so beautifully. So maybe about 5, 6 of you meet together, take one verse from Bhagavatam or one verse, and take even the word-to-word meaning, right? That's from there, and then the translation. Try to memorize the shloka. So many wonderful things you can do during this month, during Ekadashi. So let us see what is the glories of Mohini Ekadashi. See, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he said, "Oh Janardana, what is the name of the Ekadashi that occurs during the light fortnight, like the Shukla Paksha of the month of Vaishakha, April, May? What is the process of observing it properly? So kindly narrate all of these details to me." So Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling. So the Supreme Lord Personality of God Krishna, he replied, "Oh blessed son of Dharma." See, very interesting, this. Now, see, Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking Krishna, right? So Krishna normally in various times you see he is responding about the Mahima of the Ekadashi. But now see what Krishna is telling. He said, "Oh blessed son of Dharma, what Vasishta Muni once told to Lord Ramachandra, I shall now describe to you. Please hear me attentively." So we should all hear attentively also. Lord Ramachandra asked Vasishta Muni, "Oh great sage, I would like to hear about the best of all fasting days, that day which destroys all kinds of sins and sorrows." See what Lord Ramachandra is telling. Krishna is narrating, right? Lord Ramachandra is telling, "I have suffered long enough in separation from my dear Sita. So I wish to hear from you about how my suffering can be ended." See, Lord Ramachandra is asking Vasishta Muni. So Vasishta Muni replied, "Oh Lord Rama, oh you whose intelligence is so keen, simply remembering your name, one can cross the ocean of the material world. Now you have questioned me in order to benefit all of humanity and fulfill everyone's desires. So I shall now describe that day of fasting which purifies the whole world. O Rama, that day is known as Vaishaka Shukla Ekadashi, which falls on Dwadashi. It removes all sins and is famous as Mohini Ekadashi. So it is Mohini. Truly, oh dear Rama, the merit of this Ekadashi frees the fortunate soul who observes it from the network of illusion. Therefore, if you want to relieve your sufferings, observe this auspicious Ekadashi perfectly because it removes all obstacles from one's path and relieves all the greatest miseries also. So kindly listen as I describe its glories because for one who even just hears about these auspicious Ekadashi, the greatest sins are nullified. So you may not be reading, but at least you might be hearing, right? See, on the banks of the river, Saraswati River, there was once a beautiful city named Bhadravati, which was ruled by King Dutiman. Oh Rama, that steadfast, truthful, and highly intelligent king was born in the dynasty of the moon, Chandravamsha. In his kingdom was a merchant named Dhanapala. Dhanapala possessed a great deal of wealth, of food grains and money, and he was also very pious. So Dhanapala, he arranged for lakes to be dug, sacrificial arenas to be erected, beautiful gardens to be cultivated, all for the benefit of all the citizens of Bhadravati. He was an excellent devotee of Lord Vishnu and had five sons, namely Sumana, Dhyutiman, Medhavi, Sukriti, and Drishta Buddhi. Unfortunately, his son Drishta Buddhi, he always engaged in greatly sinful activities, such as sleeping with prostitutes, associating with similar degraded persons. He enjoyed illicit sex, gambling, and many other varieties of act aimed at gratifying the senses. So he disrespected the demigods, Brahmins, forefathers, other elders of the community, as well as his family guests also. He disrespected everyone. So the evil-hearted Drishta Buddhi, he spent up all his father's wealth indiscriminately, always feasting on untouchable foods and drinking alcohol to excess. So one day, Dhanapala kicked Drishtabuddhi out of the house because after he saw him walking along the road, arm in arm with a known prostitute. So from then on, all Drishtabuddhi's relatives were highly critical of him, right? And they distanced themselves from him. See, after he had sold all his inherited ornaments and became destitute, no, the prostitute also abandoned Drishtabuddhi and insulted him because of his poverty. Now, Drishtabuddhi was now full of anxiety and also hungry. He thought, what should I do? Where should I go? How can I maintain myself? He then began to steal. The king's constables arrested him, but when they learned that who he was, that his father was the famous Dhanapala, they released him. He was caught and released. He was caught and released this many times. But at last, sick of his arrogance now and total disrespect for others and others' property, the ill-mannered Drishta Buddhi was caught, handcuffed, and then beaten. So after whipping him, the king's uh, ministers and the armed everybody, they warned him, "Oh, evil-minded one, there is no place for you in this kingdom." However, Drishtabuddhi was freed from his tribulation by his father. Okay. And immediately thereafter, he entered the dense forest. He wandered here and there, hungry and thirsty, suffering greatly. Eventually, he began killing the jungle animals, lions, deers, boars, even wolves for food. So always ready in his hand with his bow, right? Always on his shoulder with a quiver full of arrows. He also killed many birds, such as chakoras, peacocks, kankas, doves, and pigeons. He unhesitatingly slaughtered many species of birds and animals to maintain his sinful way of life. The sinful results accumulating now more and more each day, right? So, on account of his previous sins, yes, he was now immersed in an ocean of great sin that was so relentless that it appeared that he could never get out. Now, Drishtabuddhi was always miserable and anxious. But one day, during the month of Vaishaka, by the force of some of his past merit, maybe few somewhere, I don't know, he chanced upon the sacred ashrama of Kaundinya Muni. So the great sage had just finished bathing in the Ganges river. Okay. And the water was dripping from him while he was going to his ashrama. Drishtabuddhi has a great good fortune to touch some of those droplets of water that were falling from the great sage's wet clothing. So instantly, Tirtha was freed of his ignorance and his sinful reactions were reduced. So offering his humble obeisances to Kaundinya Muni, Drishtabuddhi prayed to him and with joined palms, he said like this, O great Brahmana, please describe to me some of the atonement I may perform without too much endeavor. He was lazy, right? Little bit I want some atonement. I have committed so many sins in my life, and these have now made me very poor. So the great Rishi replied, O son, listen with great attention, for by hearing me, your life will change, and you will become free from all your remaining sins. So, in the light fortnight of this very month, Vaishaka, that is April and May, there occurs the sacred Mohini Ekadashi, which has the power to nullify sins as vast and weight as heavy as Mount Sumeru. If you follow my advice and faithfully observe a fast on this Ekadashi, which is so dear to Lord Hari, you will be freed from all sinful reactions of many, many births. So, hearing these words with great joy, Drishtabuddhi promised to observe a fast on Mohini Ekadashi according to the sage's instructions and directions. O best of kings, O Ramachandra Bhagavan, by fasting completely on Mohini Ekadashi, the once sinful Drishtabuddhi, the prodigal son of merchant Dhanapala, became sinless. Afterwards, he achieved a beautiful transcendental form and free at last of all obstacles. He rode upon the carrier of Lord Vishnu Garuda to the supreme abode of the Lord. O Ramachandra, the fast day of Mohini Ekadashi removes the darkest illusory attachments to material existence. There is thus no better fast day in all the three worlds than this. So Lord Krishna now concluded. So, O Yudhishthira, there is no place of pilgrimage, no sacrifice, and no charity that can bestow merit equal to even 1/16th of the merit of a faithful devotee of mine obtains by observing the Mohini Ekadashi. That much powerful. And he who hears and studies the glories of Mohini Ekadashi achieves the merit of giving away 1,000 cows in charity. We can't have even one cow now, but we can, by following this Ekadashi, it is as good as giving 1,000 cows in charity. So thus ends the narration of the glories of Vaishaka Shukla Ekadashi or Mohini Ekadashi from the Kurma Purana. So this so by hearing, by reciting, so how much benefit it occurs, right? So that much is like an offer given by Krishna just by hearing itself, right? Not even following now. Now better now follow. If you follow, how much benefit you saw it, right? So wonderful. That's why getting up early in the morning during Ekadashi, right? The first thing we'll be doing is wearing a tilaka, Vaishnava tilaka. So today is that theme, how to apply and its importance. See, Srila Prabhupada, with regard to the marking the body with Vishnu tilaka, Srila Prabhupada glorifies tilaka in some of the Bhagavatam purports. In fourth canto, 12th chapter, 28th verse, Prabhupada says, in Kali Yuga, one can hardly acquire gold or jewelry ornaments. Everybody cannot do that, right? He can hardly. But the 12 tilaka marks on the body, right? The 12 tilaka marks are sufficient as auspicious decorations to purify the body. And in 10th canto, 6th chapter, verse number 27 to 29, in that purport, Prabhupada says, while decorating the body with tilaka, We give protection to the body by chanting the 12 names of Vishnu. And in one of the letters, Prabhupada mentions, so far as your dress is concerned, that is immaterial. So far as your dress is concerned, that is immaterial. But as a soldier, you know that every soldier has got a uniform dress, according to the army etiquette or regulation. Like the army, the navy, right? According to that particular uniform is there. Therefore, Prabhupada mentions the army of Krishna consciousness must have at least the tilaka on the forehead in all conditions. The army of Krishna consciousness must have at least the tilaka on the forehead or in all conditions. For your business, see, for your business, your Krishna conscious devotees, we are right. So, our business, you can wear your navy, then army, air force, that you can bear, right? Similarly, if you have tilaka on your forehead, as a soldier of Krishna consciousness, you may not have so much objection because it is essential. It is essential. That's what Prabhupada mentions. I think in the letter from Prabhupada on 3rd August 1969. In the nectar of devotion, there's a very wonderful quotes Prabhupada mentioned with regard to tilaka and tulasi beads. In the Padma Puran, there is a statement describing how a Vaishnava should decorate his body with tilaka and beads. It says, persons who put the tulasi beads on the neck, who mark 12 places of their bodies as Vishnu temples, right? With Vishnu's symbolic representations, and who have Vishnu tilaka on their foreheads, are to be understood as the devotees of Lord Vishnu in this world. Their presence makes the world purified. And anywhere they remain, they make that place as good as Vaikuntha. That's the power of Tilaka and Tulsi beads. And there's a similar statement Prabhupada mentioned in this Skanda Puran. Persons who are decorated with Tilaka or Gopi Chandana, that is a kind of clay resembling fuller's earth that is produced in certain quarters of Vrindavana, who mark their bodies all over with the holy names of the Lord, and on whose necks and breasts there are tulasi beads, are never approached by the Yamadutas. The Yamadutas are the constables of King Yama, Lord of Death, who punishes all the sinful men. Vaishnavas are never called for by such constables of Yamaraja. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the narration of Ajamila's deliverance, it is said that Yamaraja gave clear instructions to his assistants not to approach the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are beyond the jurisdiction of Yamaraja's activities. See, importance of Vaishnava Tilaka, how to wear it. Let us see. See, anyone who wishes to acknowledge a simple truth, what is that simple truth? That I am Krishna's servant, Lord Krishna's servant. He can wear Tilaka. Right? The clay mark, no? That mark on the forehead and other places of the body. See, the point is, you may not feel you have much devotion to Krishna. Right? You may feel, I don't have much devotion. But you're not prohibited from wearing Tilaka because it's a sign that you're trying to be his devotee. See, what's more, the qualifications for being Krishna's devotee, it will soon develop in a person who learns the art of wearing Tilaka. That is the beauty. So, why to decorate the body with Tilaka, right? A devotee of Krishna decorates the body because it's a temple of Krishna, of God. So instead of decorating our body as if it were the self, right, or destroying it or spoiling it, right, we can respect and care for it as a residence of the Supreme Lord Krishna. The soul lives within the body and also the super soul. So as a house is built and maintained for the pleasure of the owner, right? We build a house. The owner is very happy with that pleasure of his owner. So our body is meant for the pleasure of its real owner, Krishna. So decorating the body with tilaka pleases Krishna. Putting on tilaka helps remind us that we belong to Krishna. And when others see a person wearing tilaka, they are not only reminded of Krishna, but they are relieved of sinful reactions. So, in fact, we are preaching by just wearing tilaka and moving. By people, others having the darshan of the tilaka, they are reminded of Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna devotee, right? They are relieved of sinful reactions also. We didn't do anything. We just wore tilaka and went. So when we wear tilaka on our bodies, the Lord protects us from all sides. See, when Srila Prabhupada gave a disciple the name of Tilaka Dasi, he told her the tilaka meant victory personified. So when to wear the tilaka? See, although you can put on tilaka anytime, the best time to apply it is after taking bath or right or a shower. Wearing tilaka is especially appropriate during our puja or worship at home. So when you're worshipping as a family, everyone can wear it, or at least the person offering arati. See, you can also wear tilaka when you visit the temple, attend festivals like Rath Yatra, Janmashtami, Gaur Purnima and all. And another important thing which is mentioned is an important time to wear it as is at death. See, either before someone dies or just afterwards. If you apply tilaka at least to the person's forehead, he or she will obtain eternal benefit. Of course, death can come at any time. So it is wise to wear tilaka always. You may feel, see, another one, you always think of it. You may feel shy about wearing tilaka publicly, right? But don't jump to conclusions about what others may think. Arey, ye kya kar raha hai? What is this? What is that? Right? Srila Prabhupada told a story about a factory in India where most of the Hindu workers were accustomed to wearing tilaka. And when the new boss, a Muslim, told them that whoever kept wearing tilaka, they would lose their jobs. So the next day, everyone except one man came to work with forehead blank. Everybody with forehead was blank. Only one man he came with tilaka. Now the owner called the meeting and announced that from then on, only this one brave man would be the only person allowed to keep wearing tilaka. See what others will think. So how to make tilaka? See, ISKCON devotees generally make their tilaka from this cream colored clay, right, called Gopi Chandra. Actually, it's obtained from a sacred lake near Dwarka. Lord Krishna's ancient city on the west coast of Gujarat, Dwarka. So Krishna's greatest devotees, the gopis, once they visited this lake. I'll just describe how to apply, and then they will share a link of a video. By looking at it, it's very easy. See, apply tilaka with the ring finger. This is the ring finger, right? Of the right hand. And make a mark as wide as the space between your eyebrows, like this. Actually, people like this, no? From the middle of the eyebrows, take up to the head here. And then use the another finger, perhaps the little one, to make a clear space in the middle to form two vertical lines. After that, you make that leaf shape, right? That is the tulasi leaf below the nose. It should extend from the base to the almost 3/4 on the way down to the nose. So after marking the forehead, you'd apply this is the one, then 12, right? So this is the one, then up to 11 other places on your body. I'll show that. So as you apply the tilaka, you have to recite appropriate mantras of Vishnu listed, right? Like Om Keshavaya Namaha, right? Like that. I will tell what are the 12, right? See, another, okay. Om Keshavaya Namaha, that is the forehead. For Om Keshavaya Namaha. Then on the belly, Om Narayana Namaha. Chest, Om Madhavaya Namaha. Neck, Om Govindaya Namaha. Then right belly, Om Vaishnavaya Namaha. Vaishnave Namaha. Then on the right arm, Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. Right shoulder, Trivikramaya Namaha. Left belly, Om Vamanaya Namaha. Left arm, Om Sridharaya Namaha. Left shoulder, Om Rishikeshaya Namaha. Then upper back, Om Padmanabhaya Namaha. And lower back, Om Damodaraya Namaha. And the remaining tilaka, you have to wipe it on the back of the head, the area of the shika, right? And chant Om Vasudevaya. So tilaka, it refers to the markings which Vaishnava devotees apply to their bodies. For what? To remind themselves and others that we are all eternal servants of Krishna. The U-shaped mark represents the heel of the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. And the oval part represents the tulasi leaf. So tilaka is applied to 12 parts of the body. And 12 names of the Lord are recited with each application. I just now said, right? So to apply tilaka, before this, so start with a little Ganges water or Yamuna water, right? And if you don't have any, get some water and put it from the right finger to the right, put it in the hand, right? And then say this mantra, Ganga cha Yamune chaiva, Godavari Saraswati, Narmade Sindhu Kaveri, Jaleasmin Sannidhim Kuru. O Ganges, O Yamuna, O Godavari, O Saraswati, O Narmada, O Sindhu, O Kaveri, please become present in this water. So put the water in your left hand, rub the heart with tilaka into the water, creating wet paste out of the clay. Now begin putting your ring finger, the right hand, into the clay, and then nicely put between the eyebrows, bring the finger straight up to the hairline, making two straight lines. It should look like a long, narrow U shape. Then use some more tilaka to make the tulasi leaf on your nose. It should extend about 3/4 way of the way down your nose. As you apply the tilaka to your body, you have to chant the 12 mantras. What are those? In the forehead. Forehead, right? Om Keshavaya Namaha. Belly, Om Narayana Namaha. Chest, Om Madhavaya Namaha. Neck, Om Govindaya Namaha. Right belly, Om Vishnavaya Namaha. Right arm, here, right arm, Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. And right shoulder, Om Trivikramaya Namaha. Then left belly, Om Vamanaya Namaha. Then left arm, Om Sridharaya Namaha. Left shoulder, Om Rishikeshaya Namaha. And upper back, top back, right? Upper back, Om Bhadmanavaya Namaha. And lower back, Om Damodaraya. And the final, when the remaining you take it in, was in the Shika. See, Lord Shiva, he says to Parvati that in the middle of the Tilaka, middle of Tilaka marking, right? There is a space, correct? Space in between. And in that space resides Lakshmi and Narayana. Therefore, the body that is decorated with Tilaka should be considered a temple of Lord Vishnu. So this is a very powerful and important point, right, to understand. So these are the significance, right? See, when you from the far off, if you see for the church, you can see so there are some indications of this is a church, this is a mosque, this is a temple, right? Similarly, this marking of Tilaka shows that you are a Hare Krishna devotee. So it reminds us of Krishna for you as well as others. And it is also have a very cooling effect also. By applying Tilaka, it's a very cooling, it's sandalwood, right? Chandan, Gopi Chandan. It's very, very cool. So keep yourself cool, not to get angry. Right? Anarthas will go off just by applying this Gopi Tilaka. So this is very, very useful. So I'll just share the link is there when so that it's easy for you to just that link. By following this, it's very beautifully represented. And share in the chat. Okay.
Prabhuji, I've shared the 12 places, Prabhuji, in the chat. Hare Krishna. Koti koti.
Hare Krishna. So this is the link, and let me see if I can share the 12 places.
Prabhu, I've already texted in the chat box, Prabhu, 12 places to be put. Tilakas.
Yeah, this is YouTube, and right, that is YouTube wherein how to make the. There's one more. Let me see whether this comes. These are the ones Mataji can see or not. And again, I can. Okay. I hope it's useful. So,
yes,
so thank you
Prabhu.
very much, Mataji, for this opportunity to glorify on this wonderful Ekadashi day, to hear the glories of the Ekadashi fasting, how to, if you do fasting, what are the benefits, right? And then chanting more rounds and avoiding grains, and then the importance of tilaka. So try to preach to others also to wear tilaka, right? As in many of the programs we see, right? In the entrance only, there's a reception. Whenever people are coming, those who have tilaka, it's fine. Those who don't have, they can just put for them and make them understand how to put and what is importance. So that way we can make people know. Of course, there are some countries, like I was in a country wherein we're not allowed to, but that's okay. But another important, yeah, very good point. I could understand. If you don't about allowed to put this very prominent, right? When you put this tilaka, everybody can see. You can take water just by water, just Ganga water, right? And just mark. So nobody can see, but the tilaka is also there, and it gives this benefit. So this is also another secret. All the avacharyas also they have mentioned about it. Prabhupada also mentioned. So anywhere, any place doesn't matter. You can do that. Maybe some in India also when going to office also maybe you may feel very awkward or something. Don't worry, wear the tilak, wear it, and with this water also, it will be very useful. Thank you very much, Pravis Mataji, for this opportunity. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhya kripa sandhu bhayavacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo antakuri vaishnavim ki jai. If you have any questions, if anything to share, please Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Guruji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam to everybody assembled. Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, Swanta Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat pranam.
Hare
Thank you very
Krishna,
much, Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhuji. Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Dandavat
Hare
Prabhuji.
pranam.
Guru.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Dandavat pranam. Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Then with Pranam. Hare Krishna
Hare
to all
Krishna.
devotees assembled here. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.